How is everybody doing? Welcome back to Becoming Her magazine.
Hi, you guys. What she just said. We are so excited to launch our new magazine for April, which is Autism Awareness. But I'm going to let Jasmine take it away.
Yes, so today is April, right? This is April. And so this is Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month and Denim Day. Well, is it? No, it's Denim Day month, right? So Denim Day is Sexual Assault Awareness. So we also will be talking about that as well, right?
Right. And that day is actually April the 26th. That is the National Day for Denim Day Awareness. So let's get right into it. It says,
how's everybody doing? I hate that we had to miss our monthly, which is always the 8th. Yes. And you can still get the magazine at becominghermagazine.com and get our April issue. Oh, you got a comment. Oh, hi,
Ren. Hey, Ren. So my question is, can you talk about the importance of spreading autism awareness and acceptance?
Well, I know as a mother of a son that has autism, it's very, very important. I didn't really know much about autism before my son was diagnosed with autism. And so it's been a learning curve, you know?
It's been a learning curve.
Yeah, it's been a learning curve. And I feel like it's just not enough out there. Like it's been hard trying to get him services, getting the accommodations that he needs at school. And a lot of people just don't really know much about
autism. Or do you think it's because Zach, I'm sorry, y'all.
Zach is her son.
Do you think it's because Jason have higher support lower support needs?
I do. I do think that's what it is. Like I tried to get him, what is it? The
ABA?
Yep. The ABA services, and I was told that he didn't qualify because he wasn't what's the word I'm looking for?
The word that most people use in the industry is high functioning.
Yeah.
But we don't use that term because it's very offensive. When you have my son is considered what you would call low functioning, and I think that's very offensive term to use. So we use the terms, and this live you hear us talk about higher support needs and lower support needs. Higher support needs mean they're low functioning, and lower support needs mean they're high functioning. I don't have that experience that Jasmine have. Actually, the experience I have is very different. My son needs a lot of support. He was ABA, OT. He's in feeding. He needs a lot of support system. When it comes to his therapies, my son is nonverbal. He stems a lot. His behavior has elevated, which I'm trying to work on very soon. After I handle some personal things, but wow. So because you think because of that, do you think it's harder for you to find things for him to do because of his official diagnosis with them using the term high functioning?
I just know that it's extremely hard, and it's gotten to a point where I'm just like, bump it. I'm just gonna get the services that he can get at school, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because I got tired of being denied for everything. Well, him being denied for everything.
It's essentially you two.
Yeah. To keep hearing, oh, sorry, your son, he doesn't need the support. And I'm like, but yes, he does. He does need the support. Like Jason has an issue with his writing, and thankfully, he was able to get OT at school, but getting OT outside of school is a whole
I've been struggling to get OT at school.
Really?
Yes, it's been a battle.
Wow.
That's all I want to say. It has been a battle trying to get my son OT in school. Y'all. So my next question is, how do you plan to spread more awareness and acceptance within our magazine?
Well, I know for one thing, like this month is a major month. We really showed out this month for April. We have autism advocates. We had a person. We have Rebecca. We have Avalon, who are autistic themselves, and they are advocates. And then we have Dr. Was it LaQuista?
LaQuista, yeah.
She is also a advocate as well. And a whole bunch of, we have 10 other advocates in the magazine. So our magazine is jam-packed.
Yes, it is so informational.
Thank you, Ren.
Thank you, Ren, so much. This issue is so informational. Me and Jasmine put in so much work into this issue. The topics, when I talked about acceptance versus awareness versus acceptance, that is a topic that needs to be discussed because some people can be aware of what it is, but they're not fully acceptance of what it is. And I put up my personal story in there because something recently happened with my son when I was out. We talk about, we also have, you guys, we have a new writer, our first writer. Her name is Jessica. We went in sync. Did you hear us? And she's actually autistic.
Yes. And it allows us at Becoming Her magazine to be inclusive.
Yes.
And that is very, very important to us, especially as mothers of sons who are autistic. It is one of our platforms, right?
Yep.
Right. So we had to have Jessica on board with us. Like, why not?
Yeah. And do you want to talk about how we got Jessica?
No, you talk about how we got Jessica because it was her.
So, y'all, I reached out to my business partner, Jasmine. I asked her, I said, hey, what do you think about us having an autistic writer for Becoming Her magazine?
Hey, Mom.
And she was like, I think that's a great idea. I said, okay. So then I talked to Jessica. Jessica was extremely excited. Hey, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
I hope you feel better.
Yes.
So, and she was like, I'm so excited. And when we pitched her, and she was like, okay. And she actually told us that we was inclusive.
Right. We didn't even think of it like that. We was just, we wanted her on board. We read some of her works, and we was like, this is a perfect fit for Becoming Her magazine. And when she was like that we're now inclusive, neurodiversity affirming. Yes. We was like,
what? We was like, okay, we take it. We take it.
Yes.
Because for me and her, our kids are our mission. And hopefully one day we can lead this magazine to them.
Yes.
And then to know that when we do leave it to them, they will hire and employ autistic people is very near and dear to my heart. And on top of that, I have an announcement. So I think I'm actually autistic, y'all. I've been taking a lot of self-tests. It says I'm high functioning. I'm officially going to be diagnosed very soon. And it makes sense that I'm so passionate about autism. I'm super passionate about it.
She really is, you guys. Like, she has helped me. And mind you, my son was diagnosed with autism before her son, and she has helped me throughout the process.
There's so many resources that, unfortunately, I'm going to say it, us as Black women and Black people, we don't know about. And when I learn about a resource, I put it on my website, or I share it with my friend, but I didn't put it on my website, because it's important that we get the help that we need, because other races get the help they need all the time. Like during the summer, do you know that you can get free for swimming programs, but you have to look in your state and you have to apply around this time now. You can't apply in May. You got to apply months ahead of time. You can get free iPads. It's so much, but it's a lot of. The processes are long.
It's a lot of red tape.
What she said, and we have on red.
Oh yeah.
Did you have any questions for me?
So, how is it for you to be a mom with a son that's autistic and nonverbal?
That is a hard question and a good question. So I want to say and I'm gonna be honest, it's very difficult to be a mom of a special needs kid. Why I say it's difficult, because he's nonverbal. So if he hurt himself, I don't understand what happened. I have to figure it out. When he's hungry, I have to figure it out. Of course I know, but it's difficult when he's nonverbal. But me and him have our own communication. My son has taught me compassion and patience. Before Zachariah, I don't think I was as patient versus now. So
talk about your experience when you lost your voice and how and how that set you on a different path and understanding for what Zach goes through.
You guys, I can't believe she gave me this question. All right, y'all. So I keep losing my voice. I've been losing my voice on and off for 2 months,
which has been worrying me.
Yeah, I have to go to the doctor and figure this out. But I lost my voice completely for 2-3 days. I could not talk at all. I would try to open my mouth and no words would come out. It was very emotional to know people did not understand what I want or what I needed. I went to the hospital. I had a rude nurse yelling at me. It was a very hard experience. It taught me compassion more. It taught me to be more understanding to anybody who's nonverbal or who is a deaf, hard of hearing.
Oh, mm-hmm.
And on top of that, Jasmine, it taught me not just be more understanding, not even more patience, just to give people more grace. Like somebody may not be vocal like me. And it was I cried, y'all. My job had sent me home. They told me my voice is part of my uniform. I accused them of being ableism. I went in, and it was a very hard experience. And my voice is still not fully back. So I may lose my voice doing this live, but it was a hard experience to lose my voice, to say the least. I felt like I was Zach for a day, or 3 days, actually.
Yeah, it was a couple of days.
Because I had to write. I had to use this voice thing to talk for me. That was hard. When my mom would call me, I would have to type what I want to say, and it would play it back. When she called, it would play it back. Yeah. And they said, "What are you using?" An app. And I just learned that a lot of jobs are not inclusive. When I lost my voice, that's what I learned.
And I didn't even know that. Like, your voice is a part of the uniform.
I was so upset when they said that to me. I was like, I wrote down payment for my 4 hours.
You're going to pay me for these 4 hours.
And then I'm not going to tell you what I told my manager in sign language, but they understood it. And I was like, It was funny though. But
yeah.
It's funny now. It wasn't funny in that moment. because I really went home crying. I had to write. I had to go grocery shopping that day. I had to write down stuff to get help. It was a very hard experience. I agree. Jasmine do look very beautiful.
And so does Crystal. We really showed out today.
Oh, and thank you. And you say you love the discussion, Angela. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Autism is dear to both of us.
It really is. Like, I don't talk as much about it because, I'm more of the private type. I don't really talk much about my experience as a mother with autism. And Crystal, she's very passionate, and it's an eye opener. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love her platform. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I am very open about it. I just don't post act like that. I know people be wondering, but I want to post more on the autism side.
Yeah.
So,
because people are weird, like I don't even feel comfortable posting my kids. So, and I think that's part of the reason.
Yep.
Like, I'll post every once in a while, but catch
it
if you can.
Yes, I do not post like that.
No.
Yeah, but I do post information about autism and like this whole month. We know you love your niece. I was gonna say that's your auntie.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about Denim Day. So Rebecca, she's the face of our cover. She brought to our attention Denim Day, and I didn't know anything about Denim Day. I knew about sexual assault, and we need to bring more awareness to it, but I didn't know that they had a day. And so what was your thoughts, Crystal, when you found out about Denim Day? That's a touchy subject for Crystal.
Y'all saw how I just froze the camera. Okay, so sexual assault is a very hard subject to address and talk about. I think it's very unfortunate that as women, we men, we have to live through being sexual assault victims and are being quiet about it. So that's my take on that. And then, did you know autistic people?
I didn't know this.
90% of autistic people have been sexually assaulted, and they are more highly likely to be re-assaulted.
And I did not know that at all. Like,
Yeah, look at the stats. That is very scary. And of course, we know it's the non-speaking community.
Of course, yeah.
So, but you can look at the stats, you guys, and you can see that autistic people are sexually assaulted more than somebody who's neurotypical.
It is alarming, right? It really is. Mm-hmm. Like, and with us learning about Denim Day and learning about what men and women who have autism go through, it is alarming. It's not talked about enough. It's really not. And the fact that we even have to have a day is also crazy, because why are we even going through this in 2023?
And it's funny, when me and Jasmine had learned about Denim Day, I was like, I don't know what that is. And then when I interviewed Rebecca told me the stats. I looked into it, and then Jessica, our writer, mm-hmm. she has an article in there called Autism and Sexual Assault. Yeah. And she goes into our writer was sexual assaulted. She's a sexual assault victim. Yeah. I'm not gonna get too touchy into that.
Check it out. Check out her
article.
She talks about it, and it's
yeah. I don't really talk about sexual assault like that. Can y'all tell?
Me either. It's a very touchy subject. It really is, but we still got to bring awareness.
And the crazy part is, our sister brand, the Bedroom Talk Show, I did a whole episode on with rape victims, and that was the hardest episode for me to do and produce to date. And it's very hard to talk about sexual assault victims because I'm actually one myself, and I just don't talk about it. I just stay away from that topic. But Jasmine wrote a piece about Denim Day. I decided not to, but my business partner Jasmine, did a great job writing that. I loved it, but I personally could not have done it. So.
Yeah, this is also dear to me too. Growing up, I was molested as a child. And I don't really talk much about that either. So me finding out that that there's a denim day, and my tight jeans don't mean yes. That meant a lot to me.
I like that. My tight jeans don't mean yes.
I told Mario, my husband, about that. He was like, "Oh, that's
it. That's a good saying. My tight jeans don't mean yes.
Yes.
I told you I didn't really touch the subject. That was been all the way. I did all the autism stuff, and that's what I stuck to. Yeah. Do you want to talk about the puzzle piece? You want to talk about why we don't support the puzzle piece?
So Crystal really brought this to my attention. Like I focus on my son, Jason, and getting what he needs. But Crystal has really like opened the doors for me. I did not know about that puzzle piece. So Crystal,
what did you learn from reading the article?
We do not use the puzzle piece. We do not use the puzzle piece. The puzzle piece is not inclusive. It's actually very derogatory. And when she broke it, and when Crystal broke it down to me, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So Crystal.
All right, so let's get into the history of the puzzle piece. In 1963, a parent created the puzzle piece. When you look at the puzzle piece, you guys, you're going to see a kid in that puzzle piece. It's going to be green. It's going to be a kid crying. Yeah, crying. So does that sound happy? Does that sound inviting? Does that sound like awareness? Does that sound like they accepted it? So when they created the puzzle piece in 1963, which is the Autism Society in the UK, you guys, they said it was a puzzling condition. So that is where the puzzle piece come from. And that's why a lot of autistic people do not and will not support the puzzle piece. And then it also goes to Autism Speak. And it's disclaimer, I am a vendor on Autism Speak before I did my research. Okay. But let's get back into the history. So when you break down that puzzle piece and you look at the first puzzle piece, right, you would see why people are offended by that puzzle piece, right? And if I am actually autistic, that is very offensive. I already know because I wrote the article, right? So when you get into that, then you go to Autism Speak. Autism Speak came in 2005. They have a puzzle piece. They make all of this money, but do they give that money back to the community when they need it? The answer is no. 70% of their profits go back into their pockets. Remember I told you I lose my voice a lot? So, and the puzzle piece of the ribbon, it's funny, I have it upstairs because my job gave it to me. It came official awareness symbol in 1999. But in 2018, the affinity symbol that you see me use on all my books, that is when an autistic person said they wanted that. So the gold one represents autism. And if you see a rainbow affinity sign, that supports neurodiversity. Neurodiversity can be ADHD. It is a lot of things that fall under neurodiversity. That means you fully support people who are neurodiverse.
Get her some water.
Y'all got me weak, but read the article. I break down the history of the puzzle piece, and I tell you why we don't use it. And when I first started this journey, I actually did use the puzzle piece. So you will see pictures of me back in 2020 using a puzzle piece. That's before I did my research.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a one-page article.
Yeah, most of our stuff it maxes out at 3. We don't try to go past 3 per article.
The history of autism is like 7 pages.
Oh, that's different. But you had to break down the history of
that. Is 7 pages. So don't listen to her.
I'm talking about the other features.
Okay, everything else is correct. Now, when you look at the history of autism, give me some grace. That's like 7 or 8 pages.
She wanted our readers to get a full picture of how autism came to be, right?
Yep. And she wrote a piece on Asperger's. Can you tell us why we don't why that is a old term now?
Right.
It's actually, I'm gonna say outdated term. Yep, we said it at the same time.
I know. So I used to say Asperger's, right? That's what was told to me when my son got diagnosed. You could just move the hair. Yeah, so Asperger's is outdated. And the reason why it's outdated and we no longer use it is because the person, was it the doctor?
Mm-hmm.
The doctor who came up with the word Asperger's, he's racist. And that's a no-go. As Black women and our sons being Black boys, we do not support racism.
But Asperger's is named after the person. So, yeah. You do some research on that, you guys. That's why I don't use the term Asperger's.
Also, read our article. Read my article. I broke it down.
She did break it down. And she also wrote a very inspirational piece about her son, Jason.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you guys should go ahead and read that as well. It's 3 or 4 pages, but it's worth the read. She's talking about her journey as becoming a mom who is navigating autism.
Yeah, that Jason's journey, my journey with our journey through finding out that Jason was autistic, and the stuff we had to go through was very, very disheartening. I talk about how Jason, when he started school, how he was mistreated by his teachers. He would come home with big knots on his head, and they would say, "Oh, because he wasn't listening." Huh? And and just the mistreatment that he went through up until now, and how he's doing and stuff like that. It's a really good read. I poured my heart out into it because I really don't talk much about our journey with Jason and his autism. And so this piece really broke all of that down. And yeah, I try not to cry reading that because it really brought up some stuff that I tried to bury. Yeah, and it talks about why he's delayed now. He did not have the help that he needed, and we put our trust and faith into our kids' teachers, and sometimes they do fail you, and that's what was the case for Jason.
I don't know about teachers failing your kids, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh yeah, Crystal said Jason's Journey, next book. Period.
Oh, I love that, Crystal. I love that. That is an amazing idea, Crystal. And we're actually on that note. We're about to go to a commercial, and we'll be right back. We're back.
Okay, so does anybody have any questions or anything like that for us before we end our live? Yeah, there's any questions. Crystal, how do you think our April issue?
I think our April issue is going pretty well. I think Just Be Prepared is 100 and 9 pages. So just be prepared to soak up a lot of knowledge. You're going to meet 11 advocates. I'm one of the 11. So you're going to meet 10 other advocates. And all of us talk about different resources and ways to navigate autism and be a better parent. Because and be like when it comes to autism, you guys, or any special needs, let's not talk about autism, right? Any special needs, you have to be your kid advocate. Even your kid is neurotypical. I know you hear me use that word a lot on my platforms. I don't use the word normal at all. A neurotypical means society standard normal. So even if your child is neurotypical, you have to be their advocate no matter what. Mm-hmm. So a lot of my advocates, their personal friends, they talk about that. So I want to shout out to all my advocates who took their time to be in our article, in our magazine, and let me interview them. So I say check out the magazine if you want to know more about autism. You want to see what I put my heart and soul to for April because of my voice and I'm not interviewing nobody. Check out the magazine. I've been working there since I had no voice.
Yes, check out the magazine. It is jam-packed with information on autism awareness and acceptance, as well as sexual assault awareness. We have a couple articles on that, and we have awesome recipes.
Oh yeah, recipes by me. I forgot.
Yes, she made the recipes that are geared towards
autistic kids.
Yes.
So is the recipe in there for you can make your own gummies? Yeah, for me it's been a trial and error because my son ain't going for it.
He said, "Give me the sugar."
Yeah, he's not going for it. I've been trying to make him for it. But that's my recipe in there. Cookies, my son loves cookies. All the recipes are inspired by Zachariah. Is everything he eat. I'm just trying to put the healthiness in there, but
just throw it in there.
It's not working.
That's like you can't fool me.
Especially with them gummies, y'all. I be making them with elderberries, fresh elderberries.
Oh yeah. It didn't work. Why don't you just put like a little bit of honey? It didn't work. No. Oh.
I did sugar too. It didn't work.
Oh, Zach's like, don't play with me.
The texture was off. He's big on texture, so it was off. I have not mastered how much to put in there. That what I have not mastered. But it's in there though.
It's in there.
Do anybody have any questions? Yes, Miss Angela, I'm going to keep trying because my goal is to cut out red 40 dye and all dyes and all artificial things in his diet and my diet as well. Because in my family, we have a lot of heart problems. But on my son, I'm focusing on the stuff that's not in other countries. Why is it based is in our foods in America?
Right.
And it's linked to ADHD, which my son does have, and autism.
Yep.
So
that is true, though.
I think it's weird. In other countries, they have stuff that.
Is it really weird?
America.
It's America.
They won't. They. It's about the dollar here.
Yes, for sure.
It's all about the American dollar here. That's how I feel personally. So don't kill for my review. Don't kill us, because we don't ever want to go viral. Somebody like what? Do anybody have any questions dealing with autism for this month for me or Jasmine?
And we are featuring, right, Crystal, for May. Mm-hmm. We are looking to feature moms in business, moms who have lost a child. Who else? Moms. If you are a mom or in any capacity.
Or auntie.
Like,
think about it. Because sometimes, like, let's say you've been trying to have kids, right? And you can't have a kid. We want to hear your story.
Yes.
Because guess what? Somebody else have that same story. So don't think that your story is not important. It is. Mm-hmm. And just because you're not a physical mom doesn't mean that you are a mom. I learned that lesson a couple of years ago. It was this couple. I'm still friends with them. So I'm trying to be very mindful what I say. I always, every time I saw them, they're the most happiest couple. I said, we have to have a baby. Not thinking how inappropriate, inconsiderate that is. Knowing I'm coming from a nice place, right? Not knowing they're struggling to conceive. And so one day, because she went to all the parties, she don't have kids, she go to all the kids' parties. And I walked to her, I said, God told me to apologize. She looked at me, she started crying. She said, you're the first person to do that. I said, yeah, I want to let you know I am sorry for keep saying when y'all have kids. That's not my place, not my business. And I want to say an hour later, my best friend, other friend came in and said to the same person, when y'all gonna have kids? And I looked at her and her husband and I didn't say anything. So that it's stories like that that need to be heard. And thank God they have a baby now. He's cute. She said she don't want no more.
She learned real quick.
She was like, she said, Chris, you have more? I have one. Welcome to the one club. So we want to hear stories like that too, you guys.
So we are featuring all the moms in all capacities, and and it's also a special needs month too, isn't it?
For May,
yeah,
it is I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's a something month. It's dealing with speech. I don't know how to say the word.
Of speech.
Something speech.
Yes. And so we will also be featuring Amy, who is a mom of children with that as well. And so it's exciting.
Yep. And then we're also going to feature her daughter, who's actually the master girl.
That's a crazy viral story.
And the interview I did with her yesterday, y'all, funny. The way she went viral, the whole story is so cute and so funny. So we will be featuring Master's Girl as well. And that is our May issue.
And with a couple other things that we're going to keep to ourselves, because what's the point in telling all of our secrets?
So if you guys have any questions you want to be featured in the magazine, you can email me or Jasmine. And it's at info@becominghermagazine.com. And we're ready to feature you, like no matter what your story is. And it's free. We don't charge you to be featured, by the way.
All we ask is to please share your article.
That's an understatement, honestly. And not just share it, just be involved. If we email you, please email us back in a timely manner, because we are trying to be done with our issues 3-4 weeks ahead of time. We're not trying to be done a couple days before our launch party. That was so stressful this month. We got done on April the 8th at midnight when it was time to drop the magazine.
Yes.
I
don't ever want to do that again.
Never again. That was too much.
Never again.
That was way too much. Like, oh my God, we had to go proofread. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Because she's the editor. I'm the editor. We do everything together.
We are the team. We are the team.
We the writers. Like, just if you want to be featured, just be able to email us back as soon as possible. If you can't, just make sure you communicate that, because oh my God, this month was so stressful.
Yes. And please give us a little bit of grace if we don't get back to you immediately. It is just the two of us, and we do get a lot of emails, and so it's kind of like first come, first serve.
There's a lot of emails, you guys. Like, I be looking at them, I'm like, Jasmine, you see this email? She'll be like, yeah. I'll be like, well, did you reply? She'll be like, no. I said, I think I replied. So yeah. Sometimes you speaking to Jasmine, mainly you speaking to Jasmine, and you talk to me this much. It's mainly Jasmine y'all talking to, not me.
Yeah.
She gets to it before I can.
I'm cool with the emails. It's just
I do the interviews. She does the
interviews for me. I have social anxiety.
And my interview style is not a typical interview style. It's more like this, organic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm very straight to the point. Let's do this business so I can get out of there. Because
that is her. She's straight to the point. Me, I want to know about your dog, your kid, your husband. I'm just listening to gather the best article that I can write about you. The article I wrote about Rebecca is because I pulled all that out of her.
Yes.
Like, it was no questions for her interview. It was just, she was at Disney World, actually. And she was actually recording content for autistic people to know where they can go and get comic areas in Disneyland. Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep. That was one reason she was in Disney. She wants to record content to be like, okay, you can go here to calm down. She haven't posted it yet,
but it's coming.
And y'all know one reason we did feature, before we get offline, one reason we did feature Rebecca, you guys, as the cover of our magazine is because of her platform. She really is supportive of the nonverbal community, non-speaking community, like my son. And I thought that was important. And can you tell me why you feature Avalon as the cover of the magazine?
I feature Avalon because she herself is also autistic. I feel like she is she represents what my son is, right? And I wanted to have her on the cover so she could bring more awareness as well to, I guess, people with autism that does have a voice, right? That's not nonverbal. And so and she also has been on BuzzFeed. She's been on Netflix.
100 Humans.
And Answered. Yeah. So, and even seeing that, you know, with her being on TV, she was even on Disney, the Jungle Cruise, and that's amazing because that shows that even autistic people can, or people with autism can be in those atmospheres. They can be on Disney. They can be on BuzzFeed. They can be on
capable.
Netflix. They are capable.
I say it all the time. They are capable. Just don't count them out because they're autistic. Nope. No, don't count them out.
Don't count them out.
And one reason we did feature another young lady, it's called Ashley Life.
Yes.
It's because she's Black. She was diagnosed with autism at 31 years old.
Oh wow.
Yep. And it gets into why Black women and why women are diagnosed least than men. I mean, guys, if you look at the stats of the CDC, you guys will see that boys are diagnosed 4 times higher than girls. And it's because women, we mask, like, you may think she's shy. She may be autistic. And a lot of women are being diagnosed in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. And that's why in my article, you will see why I said I am going to make sure I get tested to make sure that I am not autistic, but I'm pretty sure I am based on so much research. And then you also, fun fact, you know, you can self-diagnose yourself with autism and they would accept that.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I didn't write an article on it because I had so many pages, but that is the thing. You can do the research, and if you think you're autistic, you can say it and nobody would say anything different. By the way, I'm just getting officially diagnosed because I want to get officially diagnosed. Why did you want to feature Dr. LaQuissa?
Well, that was you.
That was me?
Yeah, you featured.
Yeah, I be on it. That was me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I want to feature her because she has a Black son as well. And she's a therapist, number one. And I thought that was amazing that she's a therapist. I totally forgot. I thought it was you. And she's a therapist.
I might have messaged her. That's what it was. I messaged her.
I think she did. And I was already building a relationship. Yes, she's a therapist. And I thought that her story would need to be heard. And she just made a platform for autistic people. She has a community for parents. She has support groups for parents. I thought that was needed.
And her content is surrounding her son as well. Like, they just did a content on TikTok about him.
His haircut?
No, about the cookies from Crumble Cookies. And he tasted every last one of them.
Yeah. Crumble Cookies. I love y'all. That's another story. Ooh, I got one song. Oh, okay, sorry. I got off topic.
But he's very, like, the thing about autistic kids is that they are very, what's the word I'm looking for? They tell you like it is. So if it's good, they're gonna tell you it's good. If it's nasty, they're gonna tell you it's nasty. And they're very cut and dry.
Even nonverbal kids are too. My son is, he's funny. He cracks me up, y'all. So I see it's a very interesting topic. Thank you so much. Do you guys have any more questions?
Because we could go on all day. Okay, like,
don't listen to her. You have any more questions, you guys, before we end this wonderful live?
Oh, I do want to add that we do ads in our magazine. And we are also transitioning into doing ads on our live launches. So if you are interested in doing an ad in our magazine, awesome. Contact us at info@becominghermagazine.com. Or if you would like to do an ad space where we test out your product or we talk about it on live for our launch parties, contact us at info@becominghermagazine.com. And in the subject, please put what you are contacting us for, so it makes it easy.
Yeah, because that's how we navigate their emails for y'all.
Yes.
And if you want to send us clothes, that's open as well.
Yes, we will wear it.
We have color things for each month, so you have to fall within that month. And that's pretty much it.
Yes. So we are super excited. We are taking this magazine. We're taking this magazine very, very seriously. Thank you. We are taking this very, very seriously. This magazine is very, very dear to our hearts. And I think we're doing the dang thing.
I think we're doing a good job too. Somebody told me that today. They said, Crystal, y'all are doing a great job. I love the magazine. And it was a guy, not a woman. And I was like, okay. And then the question everybody asked, when we're going to do print. It is super expensive. Unless we do a crowdfunding, and once we get to 100K like followers on all social medias, that's the goal. I think we could do print, but it has to make sense financially to do print.
And we just launched like in March. We're trying to get our numbers up. We're trying to get our sales up as well. It's surprising because April is slow trailing, and this is like the most impactful issue we did. So I don't know. We gotta fill some things out and see,
doesn't make sense to print. And then we have to print months ahead of time. We can't print in April. We got to print months ahead of time. So traditional magazines print they issues be done 6 months ahead of time.
Yeah. So maybe next year. Let's get through this year.
I'm gonna say no to next year, but she's gonna say yes. She's more optimistic than me. I'm more big ideas, but the printing, I'm not.
We haven't figured it out yet, y'all. So digital it is. Digital it is.
And if you have last thing I want to say before we get offline, you guys, is if you guys have any feedback, you have bought a copy, please. Thank you guys so much. If you have bought a copy of our magazine, please. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Please email us a review so we can use that for people can know how awesome our magazine is.
Oh yeah, testimony.
We need those as well for our website. If you go on our website as well, you will see the women we feature every month. We put women there every month. Last month we featured Crystal Swan Bates. This month which is our personal mentor. This month we feature Rebecca and Avalon, and you guys just check
Dr.
out
LaQuista.
Yeah, Dr. LaQuista. Don't forget to check out our magazine this month. Who's gonna be the face of the magazine? We don't know.
But if you come and check it out, you'll see. We always put it on our website. And our launches are always on the 8th of every month. Now, our lives may fluctuate a little bit, but we try to do it on the 8th of every month. But it may fluctuate within a couple of days, maybe even a week after the 8th. So just,
this time, if we wasn't on schedule because of I have family emergencies going on, so I had to push it back to today. So that's the reason why we went live today. Yes. So if you wanted to come last week, we want to apologize, but life happens, and life happens.
And they be trying to take us out, but we here. Yeah. We here.
Because I personally didn't want to go live, but I'm here.
Yes, and you guys, please send prayers and virtual hugs and stuff to Crystal and her family. We're not going to talk about it, but please, if you could send prayers and hugs, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. We need all the prayers we can get.
Yes.
So with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we are Becoming Her Magazine.
Yes, we are.
I'm Crystal Jordan.
I'm Jasmine Hawkins.
And together we are Becoming Her Magazine.
Thank you.
Bye.